What up?
How you
What?
doing?
Doing all right, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Sorry, I forgot to turn off the volume for the other TVs.
Hey, man. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever because, like, we've been gone for a couple weeks, man. Like
Has it been that long?
it's been 2 weeks, man. Shoot. It's good to see you, though,
yes.
bro.
I am good. We were at Modesto. We were not Modesto. Madeira. Not
Madeira.
No, I think Madeira was 4 weeks ago, and then the show we were at Tracy. We were in Tracy.
I was gonna say, I thought you were in Tracy. That's what I thought.
Yeah, we were close to Madeira. We were like an hour and a half from Madeira, which was the show we did before that. So we were at Tracy last weekend.
Okay.
Hanging out with I was just hanging out with Andy again with oh my gosh, I cannot believe I am blanking out on names all over the place. John Morrow from Toy Story.
Yes, John Morrow.
I was just hanging out with him this weekend. So I reminded him about his he will be I think what a better way to start the year than with Toy Story.
Right? That's how we got to start the year.
And do you realize it's the 30th anniversary of Toy Story? If you want to feel old.
I was getting ready to say, dude, I feel so old at this point. Like 30 years since Toy Story. I was old I felt like I was old when Toy Story came out, let alone like now, like that. It's 30 years later. Like I'm that old. Jeez.
You know what's crazy, dude? I don't know why. And maybe it's because of like how like monumental like Toy Story was, or how much of it was a change in time. I remember that's one of those moments where I remember exactly what was happening to me on the day that like I went to see that movie, because I remember because anybody that knows me, my personal life knows that I have no memory whatsoever. I am the exact I am like Goldfish are like, damn, are you okay, dog?
Oh, you're definitely a Dory. Like
But I remember, dude, I was because Jill and I were living in downtown Fairfield in the apartments in Fairfield on Texas Street. And I remember us getting into a fight. I was like, screw you, I'm going to the movies. And I went to see Toy Story, and I was like, wow, that was the best fight I've ever gotten into.
Gosh, dude, like just the fact that you brought up Jill's name, like that just lets me know how long ago that was.
Yeah, right.
Not even the fact that Toy Story is 30 years old, just you and Jill's relationship was 30 years old. But the fact that's what you took away from that fight was the fact that you got to see Toy Story. It was great. That's awesome.
Obviously, whatever we were fighting about, I learned my lesson.
Yeah, no, you didn't. Yeah. you just got to see a cool movie. That's all. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Shout out to Joe.
So John, we reaffirmed with John. Joe Mar was there hanging out with me for that show, but we reaffirmed with him that he will be that we'll be seeing him as our first guest of the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Woo-hoo!
We got him locked down. That's what I'm saying. We got him
slowly but surely. And as I'm working on this new project, what will be really cool is it'll be a lot like we'll go from every once in a while having a celebrity to being every show having a celebrity if we want.
Once we build this platform, that's what we're gonna do. Every show is gonna be a celebrity, but I don't want to ever discount any of our guests because a lot of our guests are still very awesome in their own rights. And
well, tonight's guest is a celebrity in the making. This may be the first time you've ever heard of this person's name, and the next time you heard about it might be all over the place. We've had a couple. What was really cool, we had Maggie Trefino about 3 years ago. God, I wish I had the photo on reference because it's super Facebook or Instagram famous. But it's a young woman who looks almost exactly like Carrie Fisher, like undeniably. We did her very first interview on Saber Rattle.
So does she obviously like do cons and like
she does now, but when she did the Carrie Fisher, she had done it as just a Halloween costume.
Really?
And some people had said to her, you would make a really good Princess Leia. But then when she does it, like it's unbelievably spot on. I've got it. I'll send. It's a really famous picture too now, and it's only been like 5 years old now. But we did her first interview. I want to say when our show was back in our below 100s.
Nice.
Maggie Trefino.
Maggie Trofino. I'm gonna have to research her, dude.
Yeah, so now that's what our guest for tonight might be. But before we get to our guest, we got something kind of exciting tonight. A very, very rare treat.
Yes, we do. And I'm gonna ask this person to definitely pull up that last piece that he just put up there when he comes on camera. Yep. So without no further ado, we're gonna bring my man Jomar from Bay 69. Where's he at? Where's he at? He's in Frisco.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's going on?
San Fran X. I guess that's.
We are live here at the San Francisco Fan Expo. How's everybody doing? So, by the way, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Thanksgiving.
It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you, dog.
Man, it's a pleasure always, fam. You know, big bro. Always a pleasure. You know what I mean? Team. Kyber Cave.
So tell people where you're at and what makes it so different. Like, I mean, we talk about conventions all the time on the show, but why is what you're at different than any?
One thing I could say about this Fan Expo that I really want to highlight is the way the cosplayers and the love of, the commitment of the cosplayers come in. They had it's almost like a party, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, they really highlight a lot of pictures, you know what I mean? And that's what I did this time out on, and I always do that. So I love to highlight, cosplayers because the commitment that these guys do, you know what I mean? It's so amazing, you know what I mean? I couldn't do it. I try to wear, and if anybody follows me, basic designs, and photography. If you guys follow me, I wore a Deadpool mask and I was like, oh, I can't do it, man. Good thing I don't have bad breath. I would have been knocked out, man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, bro. But other than that, great. It was a great turnout, you know what I mean? And, I'm always going to stay on the positive. I'm not going to say, anything, anything other than just, we had a great time. A lot of great celebrities that arrived. Unfortunately, one of our headliners actually wasn't there. John Boyega, Finn from Star Wars, he wasn't able to come through because of weather, I guess. Ray Park was there, which is awesome. But my highlight, because I had a birthday pass that's last week and stuff like that, I got a chance to meet Mr. Christopher Lloyd.
Woo! And you got your Funko Pop autograph too, the one that you got just for this occasion, right?
The law of attraction, brother. You know what I mean? And I took a picture with the DeLorean.
Nice.
Yeah.
Touch on that, John Boyega. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go. No, you go ahead, bro.
No, you go ahead. Good.
I was gonna say, so like you said, John Boyega couldn't get there. You said there was some weather issues or something like that.
I guess so. I mean, I was following him, and then actually, if you go on the Fan Expo, he kind of explained it. So I guess I think he was doing some sort of project out over there, and unfortunately, he couldn't do it due to weather and stuff. I don't know if he's like, yeah.
I know I'm in the Midwest. The only reason why I asked is I'm in the Midwest. We had a crazy storm come in, so I can only imagine that storm might have been this storm that it might have affected. You said he was coming from Canada, so
or something. Yeah.
But all I know is that John Boyega is I love him as Finn in Star Wars, but I have to say I really love the dude in They Clone Tyrone.
Oh, bro, exactly.
Great, like that's a great. Bro, like that's a great click, and he did such a great job in that. Like I said, I love him as Finn, but he was great as Tyrone, bro. Like
for me, I was sad. I wanted to give. If I would have seen John, I would have gave him a hug. But I said it's okay. That Ray, friend zone you, man. That broke my heart, bro.
Yeah.
How many times do you think he's heard that joke?
I don't know, but I was like, well, anyway, the force wasn't strong with him, I guess.
The force wasn't strong with this one.
Yes.
No, but yeah, if you guys have never seen FanX, and that's FanX San Francisco, so they do Utah, they do hey, what's up, Raph? They're all over well, I know the United States. I don't know if they're international, but I mean they're bringing in probably 100 celebrities. Would you say, Jomar? So one or two having issues is going to happen.
It's going to. That's a given.
Yeah. So there was a couple of cancels, obviously. Well, unfortunately, we didn't get to meet the little puppy from Deadpool. He was supposed to be coming through as well, but he couldn't. I wanted to meet him so bad.
dude, that tongue is so gross and so hilarious. Like, like that thing is so like. Okay, I got a quick little movie trivia for you, real quick about that dog, real quick.
Yeah.
So just so you know, so in order for that dog to lick Ryan Reynolds' face the way it did, Ryan Reynolds had to put salmon paste in his mouth and let the dog lick the salmon paste.
Oh.
That's exactly what they had to do in order for the dog to. It was salmon.
Oh my God!
Like I feel like Jomar just went off and had to throw up.
Good job. When you
I know. Good job.
Our guest, yeah.
Oh, dude, he's got Grogu.
Yeah, he's a little tired, man.
I got my Croc right here. I got my Grogu Crocs.
But did you see this one though?
I know. I saw that. That's what made me think about it. That Wu-Tang Grogu. That's awesome.
Yes,
awesome.
Yeah. I got it on Wish.
The Disney corporate machine.
Yeah.
Like Disney and Crocs like got me. So, well, dude, Jomar, man, you had an awesome time, bro. Like it sounds like you had a great time. Like
I did. And I'm very blessed and thankful, and especially for the love. You know, again, birthday wishes. I appreciate it. You know, your guy actually hit the OG 49er. Bang bang Niner gang.
Wow.
Well, we love it, man, and we love that you checked in with us, dude.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for checking in, man. I hope you're gonna hang out and watch. Yes, dude, that is so dope. That is.
I got you guys some. So
you got us. Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Big bro, hold on. Before we go, hold on.
Okay. I love his energy, man. I love this guy's energy.
This is for those that may or may not know, Jomar is one of our newer members of the Kyber Cave and the Kyber Cave Productions family. Yes. He happens to live here in the Bay Area, so I've been taking him to conventions with me, and I just love this guy's energy.
So do I.
I met Jomar earlier this year at a different convention, and we've just been popping up at similar conventions. So our brotherhood grew.
I know.
And, this is just a great guy to have on the team. So
great guy to have.
Well, what else?
Sorry, we were hyping you up while you were off camera, bro. Like we were.
They got the t-shirt.
The shirt?
Yeah, I got a 3X for you, big bro.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. And then I tried to get some more and stuff like that, you know, but unfortunately I couldn't. But you know, I mean, I did what I can. So I still thought about the team. So I got a little knickknacks and from Fan Expo. So I got the posters for the guys, you know what I mean. And then DJ Uppercuts, you know what I mean. Yeah, you know, we'll ship something for you. You know, got a little something for you.
I appreciate you.
Yep. And then before I go, tell Big Bro the story about Travis. I was challenged. We were challenged for. We had a little bit of a challenge that we kind of flourished and we used the force, and then it was amazing and how we did it, bro.
Thing. Have you guys ever seen? For some of you in the audience and Amortentia, our guest, I apologize. You're on right after this, but I got to tell this crazy story. So when we were at the
Tracy,
the mall, Tracy, when we were at the Tracy Mall, it was a 2-day event. And we were selling a bunch of the beginner sabers, but we were joking around, and I don't know how we mentioned the mall sabers. How did the mall come up? Was it because we were talking about Ray Parks?
Something about because he was in Fan Expo and I mentioned it multiple times.
Right. So I was like, I put a challenge out. I put a challenge out to the universe, and we were talking about there's a book by a woman. The book is called The Secret. It's a very old book. But they've also done videos and things about it too.
I know about The Secret, yeah.
The law of attraction, baby. The
law of attraction.
The law of attraction, right? So Jomar was talking about wait, hold on, wrong part. Jomar, there's all three of us.
Yeah.
He was talking about the law of attraction, and I was like, okay, well, we're gonna put it to test. And I was like, I'm gonna pay you a bonus $10 if you can move those Darth Mauls tomorrow, right? And I had a set of NeoPixel Mauls and a set of RGB Mauls, right? So I had 2 sets of Mauls in the different varieties. Very first sale of the morning, they bought the Maul and another
VIP, bro.
But check this out. The very last sale of the evening.
Uppercut. Right, listen to this. Uppercut. Yeah. Last sale.
The very last sale of the evening, the other set of Mauls went.
Get out of here, dude. You got rid of both malls in the same day.
Big bro, DJ Upcuts, man. We didn't just sell the malls. We saw an Ahsoka
Oh,
Yeah,
and Aaliyah, I think. Aaliyah?
yeah. It was it ended up Saturday wasn't quite as good. The whole point of the matter was just the
Yeah.
law of
the
attraction.
law of
The fact that
attraction.
we called out. He said center left field.
He did. He pointed. He said, "Center left field." Dude, Jomar, you're awesome, dude. And like
Thank
I
you
said,
guys, man. Thank you
no,
guys.
thank you, bro. Because you are
All
great.
right. See you guys next time, my brother. My
All right,
brothers.
man. I will holler at you, bro. All right,
Yeah, yeah.
Fine, man. We'll catch up.
dude. I love that
All
guy.
right.
I love that guy.
So that was our little live report there from Fan Expo
From Fan
with
Expo.
our man Joe Mar. Most of the time, you're going to see Joe Mar probably in the editing room. I've got some bigger plans for him ahead here at Kyber Cave Productions. So you'll probably be seeing his name more often. And yes, Bunny, I'm sure the cons miss you too with your creativity in costume making. Hey, I want to let you know, and don't forget, especially as we are at the holiday seasons, don't forget to check out kybercave.com. We are constantly trying to improve it and make it better. It's still very like high schoolish. I know. I need some professionalism, but we do what we can, man.
I mean, we're about as professional as we can get here. Like
you know what's funny though? When I first started Kyber Cave, I like totally went against the grain, and I specifically said I don't want a website. And in fact, we didn't have a website for the first 2 or 3 years of 2
really,
years.
you were just the storefront, weren't you? You were just the storefront.
You were just the storefront in conventions.
Yeah.
But the whole point was because the reason I started Kyber Cave was because I was upset that in the industry at the time, you had to wait 3 to 6 months to get a lightsaber. If you ordered something online, it would take, because they were being custom built, it would take that long sometimes to receive a saber. And I knew, as a patient, as a customer, nobody wants to spend, especially if you're buying something high end. Nobody wants to spend $500 or $600 and then have to wait to get their product. You know what I mean? So,
you're already spending all that money. Now you got to sit there and wait. Like at least you want that instant gratification if you're gonna spend that money. Yeah, that's a crazy thing to like. I mean, lightsabers aren't cheap, man.
These are made out of T6 aircraft grade aluminum.
Yeah.
So the point of the matter is, when I started Kyber Cave, I was trying to fulfill a gap that existed at that moment that no longer exists. So it wasn't when the Chinese companies started coming around and they were increasing those there was no more wait time is basically what happened. But for me, the other thing that happened was our 2020 epidemic, when we had to close our storefront.
Yeah,
I no longer had a way to get into stay in touch with my my customers.
Yeah.
So that was the only reason
threw a
we
monkey
built
wrench
the
in the
website.
plan. Yeah, that kind of threw a monkey wrench in the plans and almost forced you into having to build a website. I can see how that would do that. So
exactly. Well, that and also that's when this show was created as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy to think this show. I think we started it like 2 weeks after. So like we were pretty much like up and mobilized as soon as things were going.
Yeah.
And this show has been running ever since then.
So basically ever since COVID, ever since we were on lockdown.
You can see the evolution and the change of the world just by watching this show. Watch it from the beginning to end. You can see, and by the end of this Saber Rattle, you'll see our alien invaders leaders standing behind me.
Yeah, listen,
Screen attached to my head.
Dude. So yeah, dude. So
the whole point of that was kybercave.com. Go to
kybercave.com, dude. Kybercave.com. I'll throw that banner back up just so we have it back up there.
Duran. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Duran is in the house. Hello, Duran. What's up, bro? Oh man, we got our family in the house.
Yes. Long live Kyber Cave. Yes, we are at 7.5 years now. We started in 2018. 6/26 18 was the birth of Kyber Cave. So we have been around, and we shall survive.
We shall survive. We shall overcome.
I really wish I could talk to people because I have big things that are brewing right now. Almost like when you have your giggly tummy. You know what I mean? When you're like, oh, something's brewing in here. I can feel something. You have too much coffee.
I know. So
I'm waiting. What I'm doing right now is called professional stalling because our guest was on camera.
Yeah, because I'm also doing the same thing. So seeing as how should we go into our flow of the show? Should we?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Amortentia, if you were hanging out backstage, this is your 2-minute warning. There he is.
Oh, there he is. Okay, so he's back up and running. Okay, so we're gonna go. I'm just gonna briefly give a little intro to our flow of the show. We got our flow artist of the week is Timothy Dabble, aka Mr. Dabble. And yeah, I got
as always, we are very fortunate to have one of the OG flow producers in the Saber community, Mr. James Kaiser.
Kaiser,
aka Darth Cephalus.
Yes.
He is our producer for this segment, and he always brings us incredible flows, not only from Saber, from all different
flow walks of life. He hooks it up like he always he never fails to surprise me every week when he sends a new flow artist. I'm just like, dude, I didn't even know that kind of flow existed. He's it. He's got it. So here we go. Let's get into that real quick.
That was dope, dude.
Yeah.
That was fire. A lot of times, that's one of the flows that is difficult for me. It's difficult for me usually to stay like interested, but like the fact that he was doing some flips and some throws in there that I don't usually see from that type of flow, that was kind of dope. And he was using the front of his body and the back of his body at the same time.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool. Like how he was using the front of his body, and he almost, like I said, he I don't know, he just incorporated his body movement with the flow very well. Like
like that was one of the ones that I've seen. I don't want to say it's one of the first ones, but what really attracted me to that was I really like it felt like he was dancing. You know what I mean? He wasn't just hitting these things. It was part of his body movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I totally 100% agree. I totally agree.
And it had a beautiful background there too. I always appreciate when they think about their settings,
about their surroundings and their ambiance. I agree. I wish I thought about that more instead of just showing
like I'm in front of a green curtain. I've been here for the last couple years. I don't know what I do what I can do. I promise things will get better. I just gotta learn, I get smart people around me. I can't afford the smart people right now. Sue and I will have us all in the same house.
I know, right? Yeah, we'll be all in the same community. We'll just be in one big room with microphones and big lounge chairs and doing the whole
I'm telling
thing.
you, man, this is
I know. Well, so,
All
dude,
right.
all right. So I feel like, you know what? I feel like we should get into our guest. I do have
Definitely get her, I guess.
I definitely have some news I do want to talk to you about. We'll get into some like some cool nerdy news later on, but I feel like we should get into our guest. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna roll right into it. And honestly, I'm gonna kind of bring back an oldie but goodie
Before you can start, I want to talk to you. Give me a second.
Okay.
When do you remember? Okay, so just to give some the audience some clarification on our guest in particular tonight, because sometimes guests are people that we've met for like 5 minutes and then we have them on, and then but then some people are people that we have known for a very long time. And sometimes like I have to wait till strategically put people out. But this is someone who's been on here before, but in a very different context. So it's going to be very interesting. But I want to ask you, how old was this person when you first remember meeting this person?
Oh my gosh, dude, what was he like? I think he was he 7 or 8?
I think so. I
think he was 7 or 8 when I first met this person. I think that's how young, that's how old I am. He was it was like, I mean, again, you just dated me one more time. Like first when you dated me with the whole Toy Story thing, now you dated me. Yeah, dude, Jason was 7 or 8, and then like, yeah, he was 7 or 8 when I first met him. Yeah. Like I really, because it was before. I mean, I met Jason before Zeo was born. So
right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, I feel so old. God. Oh my goodness. I mean,
to say now, this person, for a little bit of context here, where you may meet him here, he was one of the original founders of Kyber Cave. There was actually technically 2 of us, and there was 2 of us that were actual, like we are building this together, and then there was several people that helped us build together. So not to say that other people weren't important, but this person and I were the 2 that said Kyber Cave is what we're calling this thing and what we're doing. So
he was a very integral part in the birthing process of Kyber Cave, in the conception and bringing forth Kyber Cave. He was definitely one, like he was very integral in that thing. And I remember seeing, just when you guys first started seeing, pictures and whatnot of you guys doing saber battles and doing all kind of stuff, and like him being just an important part of that. So yeah.
Jason was the lightsaber side of the guy. He was the guy that knew more of the lore, and it was more of the choreography and the fighting combat. I just wanted to sell some sticks for people to beat each other up with. We had very different roles, but very, like functioning together. You know what I mean?
Yes, most definitely.
So when Kyber Cave first started, we started out of this room. I think my rent was like $600 a month. And this was like 8 years ago. We started in a room in a 2nd story building on downtown Fairfield, where like nobody knew we were there. So it would be Jason and I outside out front, him just dressed like a Jedi and me dressed like Sith all day, just swinging lightsabers in front. And then we do free battles on Friday nights.
Yep.
And Saturdays in Sassoon.
Yeah, you guys used to do them over in the park over by what was that? God dang it. Over in never mind. I can't remember. It's been so long, and I've just as great a memory.
The Nelson Community Center.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes, Nelson Community.
Yeah, there's a big park right there that we would do the free battles there.
That's where we do the battles. I've done so many shows at the Nelson, and I can't believe I could even remember. Anyway, anywho, yes, and you guys used to do it all the time, and I thought that was just freaking awesome, and it was a great start to the whole Kyber Cave, like, brand, if you will.
Well, since then, he has moved on to other things and other projects, and he has guys. He has bigger and brighter things to talk to us about. So, with no more ado, or further ado, I don't know what ado really is, but please give it up for Amortentia Rojas. Run that film.
Oh. Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing?
That was an accident. I did not mean to do that. I just took him right off stage. Run that film.
Okay, now I'm back.
Hey. What's up, Daniel? How you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm happy to have you on. Sorry, we had that a little bit longer. We had that special guest appearance from Fan Expo.
Oh, no problem.
So, Mr. Rojas, you got to tell everyone what is this new adventure and endeavor that we've been talking about, and tell people why like it's a little bit different than most. Go ahead.
Well, so the funny thing is, it's new to the world, but for me, I've been working on this 5 years.
Right.
I just got my first book published. It's out, available online right now. And it is maybe the 4th book that I've written. So it took this long to get a
4th book you've written.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, I was not aware of 3 other ones.
Yeah, I was doing this back when we were doing Kyber Cave, but I was doing it for me, and I was kind of writing these whole long stories out and formatting them and everything, but I never thought I'd do anything with it. But after Kyber Cave, you got to find something cooler to do than that, and that's hard to
do. Were they always Westerns, or do you have different types of stories that you tell, or?
No,
the one that we're going to talk about tonight is a Western, correct?
Yes, it's a Western.
Right.
But the first one was this long journal I wrote as a Jedi. And it was, oh man, it ended up being some 500 pages by the time I was done with it. And I didn't even finish. I lost it. I ended up losing. I hand wrote out a book. And it was a story of a Jedi getting arrested and suffering through trials and jail time because he was too, I guess, noble to just break out and leave. You know, he had broken the law on this planet. He was like, no, I'm going to sit it out.
Right.
And that was just a writing exercise I was doing at Kyber Cave. It was Hoka Varaja, the character that I played on the stages when we were doing our performances. It was just a story of him.
Wow. Okay. So so when you say 4th book, does that mean that the other 3 were published as well, or
no? They were. I just wrote them. They're in different stages of finished. But this was the first one that I got done and out.
So what you're saying, you've had various different ideas, but this is the first one that made it to the finish line.
Yeah, they've either ran their course, or I didn't think, because I mean I can't sell a book about a Jedi without going to Disney first. I can write the whole thing,
right?
But that'll be hot water real quick if I publish it and try to release it.
Right.
It took me 6 months to get this one copyrighted.
But it did get your creative juices flowing, it sounds like.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. So tell us about this book. And again, like what I think is cool, what makes it special or different. I don't know if you even know what I'm referring to, but that's all right.
Well, it's a Western novella, so it's a shorter format book. I wanted to write what I've been missing in the media, which is nice, simple stories. You know, we used to get a good guy, a bad guy, you know, an hour later, it's done. Whatever it was, you didn't really have to think about the morality of, you know, who it was or why they were doing this. Is it a good guy? Is it a bad guy? Which, don't get me wrong, I love those stories. I love Vader, the complicated villain. But I thought, what is the most unjustifiable group that we have in our history. So I made the villain the Klan, because who sides with the Klan?
Right.
I mean, the cover art is him about to get off the wagon and kick the crap out of him.
Right.
So
well, the
I
fact
thought
that
that was
when I was looking through the art in there, the first few pieces, I was like, oh wow. I was like, I wonder if this is like, a book for like kids or something. And then I saw the bullet, go through like the Klansman, and I was like, this is probably not for kids.
Yeah. that is something I'm working on. Somewhere in there that I sent you, there's a piece for the cover art. Right. And it specifically says not for children on the cover art of the book that I've been using for the advertisements.
Okay.
Because it is not a kid's book.
I can, like I said, I can see that. Yeah,
oh,
in fact, you had it. Wait, is that the good tagline about it? Wait, what does it say?
This on the screen right here?
Yeah, what does it say?
Tales of the West not suitable for children, those of weak constitution, or any prone to pusillanimous behaviors.
Wow. Wow, you really pulled out of some dictionaries for that one, didn't you?
Oh yeah, this is the most historically accurate story I've written. I spent a long time trying to get the history right.
Are you being for real?
Yeah. I really worked hard trying to get the history right. In fact,
remember if it was a real word?
What? Yeah, pusillanimous. That's where you get the word pussy from. It means cowardice.
Wow. See,
yeah,
the things you learn at Saber Rattle.
It has nothing to do with lady parts or anything like that. It just means cowardice.
I have never heard of pusillanimous. It sounds like something that
I have heard of that before, which is why I wanted to make sure I had that to pull up, because I was like, dude, that is a great use of the English diction. And like, I was like, that is awesome. That's what made me I was like, dude, that's just amazing. So I had to pop in just to say that. That's why I made sure that I was going to have that on deck.
That sounds like the name of a San Francisco drag queen to me.
It could be. But no, I tried really hard to make it as historically accurate as possible. Very few anachronisms. In fact, having the Klan, first off, my search history is just ruined. I gotta be on watch list.
You're going to jail, I'm sure. Anyone breaks in your hard drive.
But I specifically wrote in the book that the Klan's members have Tennessee accents because the year the book takes place, the Klan was founded in Tennessee.
Okay.
So it's a brand new thing, and the first thing he does is kill off this gang of them.
Wow. So this is like Spider-Man first year, but for the Klan.
Well, no, he just runs into him. I'm gonna make him a recurring villain, but the story is about a vigilante, and the old West version of a vigilante is just a person hired to do a job, usually security work. And he's hired to transport the largest fortune from California to Galveston, Texas. And okay. I've kind of been pitching it to people as if all of Jeff Bezos' money was in a Prius driving 700 miles, wouldn't you think about stopping that Prius? You don't have to have
a pretty big Prius. You have to be like a Prius.
Yeah, but wouldn't you think about stopping that? Regardless of being a villain or having criminal intent in your past, it's a lot of money just sitting right there.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's got like military drones from space looking, flying with that thing. Convoy of like tanks and trucks.
But this is just one guy in a wagon riding with. Yeah, well, the main villains in the book are actually these bandits that are trying to track him down, trying to figure out where he is, and he's run into him a couple of times. In fact, that there's an image in this you guys just showed.
What would it look like?
The knife on the floor.
The knife on the floor.
Oh yeah, that right there is from a scene in the book. All these pictures are actually from the book himself. These are all in the book. Right.
And this is Bunny's artwork, right?
Yeah, this is Bunny's artwork. These were all hand drawn. Each of these pictures were hand drawn by her. I have some of the originals sitting over here to my side, but that picture is from the scene in the book where the main villains try to stop him, and he has to kill one of them, and that's his knife on the ground. You see it says Clem on it. That's the villain.
Yeah.
One of the villains in the book.
Huh. So so you're looking for an audience of people that want to get right into the story, they want to get right into the action, don't want a lot of like backstory.
Yeah, nice. It's a nice, simple story. Nothing too much going on, nothing crazy. No no need for this analyzing of morals and good versus evil. You know, I wanted to write something that an old 80s style story. You know, Schwarzenegger. You know, it doesn't matter who the bad guys are, they're different, so they're dead. And the movie's over. He's hanging the guy off the cliff. He promised he would let him go. He doesn't.
80s were a different time, my friend.
Yeah. So, you know, I've been passing this around. It's about 100 pages, and that's about the length of a novella for the average reader, 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You know, these were dime novels or petty dreadfuls. This is what kind of what I'm going for. And you were to take a handful of them on a plane or a train ride or something. You know, they're an hour long a piece. You read one story, go on to the next one.
All right. It's like so it's almost like having the weekly TV cliffhangers. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
weekly cliffhangers. Now, except for not quite as cheap. All right, let's get into this. So you haven't mentioned the thing that I thought was cool about it. So I think I'm not sending you the waves yet. I wanted to mention that I thought it's cool that these are all handmade.
They are all handmade. My wife makes them each individual book herself. I write them, I print them. So this is the book here.
Why are they handmade though? That's another thing that I thought was interesting.
They're handmade because each book is leather. Each book is leather bound. I always thought leather bound books looked really nice. I spent a good amount of time researching why books aren't made in leather anymore. And I found out it's just greed. It's all greed.
Well,
so it costs about $4 extra to turn any book leather bound. That's it. Whatever book you've already bought for $4 more, it could have been leather bound. So we thought, why not put them together ourselves? If I went with a publisher, I got picked up with some of these bigger publishers. They wanted 70 to 85% of my profits.
Right.
We're going to go through with it, which I get guaranteed distribution, and they would put the book together. But I mean, I'm making nothing off of that.
I mean, that's
I can make it myself. The publishing group that I went through lets me basically just sell on the website. That's all I do. They get a percentage of each book I sell. It's nothing crazy, and I make each book here in the house. So this is this room I'm in is where we make all the books. We print off of that printer right there.
Wow.
We have a table set up right here where we make each cover.
Wow.
And then Bunny puts the booklets together and binds the whole thing.
Wow. That is amazing. How long does it take to do that?
If everything is set up and working
online tonight, how long would it take you to I'm sure you have some put together ahead of time.
Yeah.
Okay, right. But how long does it take to make a book, the whole process?
The whole process takes about 2 days, but you have 2 books when you're done. So you kind of make them in doubles. But that's really only limited to the supplies we have here. If we had more supplies, which eventually will grow and build, we could probably do 10 books every 2 days. Just in our little setup here.
Wow. And how long has this book been officially out?
Since August. How long has it been since August?
Wow, it's brand new to the world.
Yeah,
it's a brand new baby.
So it's been out for a little bit, and I mean I'm doing all right for a brand new unknown author. I've been posting on TikTok and Facebook.
Right.
And I've got a little list here. I'm keeping track of each book sold and where it's going. And so far, the farthest has been Pennsylvania.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
shout out to Nick from Pennsylvania.
Is it a name you recognize?
So this was a funny thing. So a little bit of background is the actual idea for this book and this character came from a other group that I'm in called Cigars Daily. I started smoking cigars a couple years ago. And because of the way I dress and the way I walk around, they started calling me the sheriff. You know, they're saying I'm the cigar sheriff. That nickname kind of picked up at this event I was at. And I thought, what if I was a sheriff? What if I was in the Old West? Like, what would I do? And that kind of got me thinking about this book. So last Saturday, a week from yesterday, I'm at the same event. It was called Cigartopia. It's this big, 400 people event. All these celebrities from South America come here and hang out with us. And a guy walks up to me and goes, "Hey, you're the sheriff, right?" I go, "Yeah, I'm the sheriff." He goes, "I bought your book. I'm Nick. Yeah. I'm from Pennsylvania." And I went, "Oh, that's who Nick is."
Wow.
So he knows me from the sphere over there, the Facebook pages and the groups and everything. Right. And so that's how he found out about it.
Wow. You're like a celebrity.
A little bit. It reminds me of Kyber Cave days. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's weird going into cities and people already knowing who we are in the cities that we've never been into because they said they've seen the show before. So how have you been well, first off, do you have a regular 9 to 5 as well, or is this the only thing you focus on?
I got a regular 9 to 5. I just got my CDL, so I'm a trucker now.
Oh wow, holy crap.
And so I'm trying to do this in between.
Right.
But before I was driving shuttle buses from Flagstaff to Phoenix, Arizona, which is about a 2-hour drive. It's not horrible. Okay. And that would give me about an hour a day to write every single day. So that's how I got the book finished.
Wow. And how long did it take? You said you've been on with this book. This has been in your head for 7 years?
No. I've been trying to be a writer for 7 years, trying to get a book finished and fully cooked. From concept to published, probably about 2 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For this specific book.
Right. Yeah, well, we're at about 100 pages, right? 95 or so, you said.
It's an even 100.
Oh, even 100.
Somehow okay. Pulled off an even 100.
Nice.
But yeah, that was with this, and then a few other ideas for the same series. So I'm gonna write them in groups of 5, where it's kind of like a 5-book arc.
Dude, you should make that the. I have no idea what this is.
This is a page from the book. That's the first page of the book.
You should make that like a theme for I don't know, either this character or a certain series or something, dude. Like what? That would be perfect. Like every book ends exactly 100 pages.
Oh, 100 pages.
Even if you have to figure out how to cut it or shave it in certain places. But if you could do a series where every book ended exactly 100 pages or 200 or whatever, that'd be dope, dude.
That could be awesome. I'm gonna have some problems with that because I'm already working on the sequel to it, and I'm not even halfway done with it. I'm at 60 pages.
Well, see, then you're already figure out how to cut it off early. Then you got your jump for season 3. Cut it off dramatic.
You got your cliffhanger. Cut it off there. You got your
cliffhanger. Come on, man. You got to
right at 100 pages. Cut it off.
You need to talk to Wu-Tang Financial.
Yeah, I wanted to do them in 5 books at a time, and I could take a break there. And the little idea that I had was the 5th book would be what I'm calling a non-canonical. So it doesn't matter. It's not real. Anyone can die. Anyone can show up. I can do whatever I want with it. I'm thinking aliens. I'm thinking space wizards. I'm thinking vampires and werewolves and whatever nonsense, just to have that extra bit of freedom to write in with the same character in the same book.
My career in this character and start again with a fresh new bag. That's how you.
Yeah. And then 6 go right back to the same story and continue.
That's like a funny. The multiverse
space.
Yeah.
Ooh, the multiverse, but with cowboys.
Yeah, right. With just something else going on, something crazy. And then I like the idea of it being non-canonical so that it doesn't matter what happens, doesn't matter what characters I add or what characters I kill off. Because I'm finding as a writer, my biggest fear is gonna be getting stuck in a snowbank and some old lady dragging me into her house and breaking my legs.
Nice call out. just make sure you aren't driving in the snow anytime soon. You'll be okay.
Oh,
Well, you got to blow up as a writer first, so it's gonna be after your first book.
But I'm kind of measuring my success right now in the amount of spam calls that I get trying to get money out of me. I'm getting them once a week now. Oh, we saw it online. It looks like it's doing really good. If you paid us $100, if you paid us $1,000, we can make it better. I go, I like to think I have $1,000 right now.
Nice. So you're already working on book 2 of this.
Yes, I am.
Are you doing anything like going to conventions or anything, or setting out tables, or how are you getting people to learn about your stuff? Are you going to schools or anything?
Right now, I'm purely online social media, which is working well enough. We're getting the process refined a little bit better here. And then I'm gonna start going to conventions and start going to bookstores and selling. But I need a little bit more inventory than what I have.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to get it out, and I wanted to get it out, but I only had about 100 copies to start with.
Wow, how much have you sold already?
I am here. I actually have it up right here.
Oh shit!
I have 16 copies that have gone out.
Hey, you know what, dude? I'm proud of you, man. Like, I remember back in my day when I was a poet and we were selling chapbooks. You know what I mean? I wasn't even as organized as you are. You have your ISBN number on that for?
Yeah, I do. So I actually have. So this is in every book. This is all my little information on it that has my copyright, ISBN, everything. And this was a little cool idea that I came up with. I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit here. So each book has to have this stuff in it when it goes out, according to Arizona state law. So it's in there. But I always hated this big, long string of numbers and information. I always thought it made the book a little bit unclean. So I got them done in cards, and I stuck to each book with a little sticker on the back. So you can pull it off and use it as a bookmark.
Oh, wow.
You have it set up in there, and I even use that image of me because if you line it up with the arrow, then it's a little picture of me glaring at whoever's touching your book.
Wow.
For those at home who don't like people touching their things.
I love the creativity and the thought process on all that. Whose idea was it? Was it your idea, or was it Bunny's to leather bound it?
I think it was mine, but she had to actually figure it all out. I'm gonna give her all the props for that. I'm surprised she was able to pull this off because it was.
Yeah. Yay, Bunny! She sounds like an awesome support system for.
Yeah, she really is. I cannot believe it. I mean, if you look at it, so this right here is our prototype. This is the first book style that we went with, and you can see it's rounded on the edge there, which is not the way books are supposed to look. If you open it up, it starts to tear right there every single time.
But it still gives that authentic. It looks like an old West journal. Like it still
does.
Yeah,
it does. And she pulled this off almost immediately. The problem I have is if you see that right there, that starts to dip and it falls apart.
Again, while that aesthetically and whatnot, that may not be pleasing when you're trying to sell something, I feel like it gives it like a cool, authentic look. Like it
does.
It gives that rustic look. So shout out to Bunny for that. I'm sorry. Like that's awesome. So
and she figured that out.
I had envisioned when you said it was going to be leather bound. I had envisioned not even like flat leather like you had. I thought it was going to be kind of like ruffled, or you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Not perfect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's
what I was thinking when I pitched it. It was just I would be so cool if we could do this. And she went, well, I wanted to look into some leather and stuff, and we got some pieces together. We talked to some people who knew what they were doing, and it came together well. And I sent the very first copy I sent to my grandmother. As soon as I got it printed and bound in the leather, I sent it to her. She's got stamp number 1. And it kind of started falling apart, starts tearing in that same place. I tell you, you got to be careful opening it. So we went back to the drawing board. I didn't go back. She went back to the drawing board, took a little bit of extra time, did a little bit of research, found these scoring techniques, these folding techniques, the right leather to get, because the actual problem is this leather is just too thick. That's it. That's the whole issue. It's about 4 times as thick as we need to make a book.
Right. And so what about the print? Can you show me to the front of that book?
So,
is there any actual printing on the leather?
Right now, no. That's what I'm working on. Is I was able to get it out, but it's currently blank. So the title page is on the inside right here.
Oh, nice.
So that's the title page.
Okay.
It's stamped on the back. Each one is hand stamped. This is number 8.
That's an awesome title page. Like, I'm sorry, like I like again, I have to give a shout out to your wife for like the artwork. When you sent me the artwork like today, I thought you did it, and I didn't know she did it until I went to your Facebook page and I researched and I found out that she was the one that did the artwork, and I'm like, bro, that's
and
it reminds me of when we used to like back in school when we used to read like Huck Finn or like the Tom Sawyer books.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It reminds me of those old and I feel like, I mean, books in general we've just had issues with print and like print, like the death of print and whatnot. And I just feel like you bringing this back is just a callback to some just like greatness, dude. Like, and like
the way she was able to do this one right here with the money bags.
Yeah,
this is the first one she did. She sketched this out just by hand. I have the paper right here, and I mean it's.
That actual picture popped for me out the gate when I got the Flutter pictures. That was the one that kind of popped for me, and then I went through the rest of them, and I was just like, dude. Again, I thought you were doing the art, but then I was like, is he doing self portraits now? Like, and I was like, I was like, hold on, let me do a little more research, and then I found out that. So I gotta give a shout out to Bunny. Like,
but she did those bags.
I feel like she totally nailed it, because when I looked at that, I thought of like the old like Judy Blume books and like like the books that we used to read in like the 5th and 6th grade and stuff. That art style is what like it reminded me of very much.
It grabbed me, and I was just like, and I was that. I mean, that is compelling and storytelling and like all in itself. Like, you know, that helps with the advancement of the story and whatnot. And just I don't know. I'm proud of you, man. Like that's awesome.
He hit me with these bags. I said, "Yep, that's it. Do that style for everything. It's perfect." And the cool thing is, so I have this image here. It's the one with the wagon, and the men standing around it. Do you have that? Do you have that image?
He's looking for it.
Here, I have it right here. So it's this one here is the artwork for the title page. If you look, so it's the same artwork here.
Yeah.
And the idea that I had and the consistent thing I wanted to do with each version of the book, each sequel, is I wanted the title page to be a poster. So you could get your favorite, whatever, if it gets big enough that people have favorite books, you could go get a poster of your favorite book. And so I have that here. And this was a whole pain to get this done. But these posters I got on the website already released. But it's let me see, can I get the whole thing in there? There you go.
Oh, wow.
And it's the reverse shot of that same image. Because I was actually talking to it's the reverse shot of that image.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah. And I was talking to a coworker of mine who was a beta reader. And I showed her the image and I said, I want to make a full-size poster that someone could put on their wall of this image. And she goes, "You like Star Wars, right?" Because she knew that I did Kyber Cave. And I went, "Yeah." She goes, "Would this not be your version of Luke kissing his sister? Just a poster of 3 Klansmen on somebody's wall?" And he has to be like, no. Like, don't worry about it. Like they're gonna get messed up right now. Like, so I went, we should probably flip it around so it's not these 3 Klansmen in a poster and a guy. But again, this image was hand drawn. She did this whole thing. I have it here. This is the original one. Wow. You can see that. And this was pencil. This was colored pencil. She did this whole thing. I mean, it came out fantastic.
Interesting little note on there. I want to ask for you because you were talking about historical references. On there, your 3 Klansmen guys, they look like Moon Knight as opposed to the typical Klansman that we would think about with the.
But bro, back in those days, in the Western days, all they did was put on a hood. They didn't have swing.
Well, that's what I was going to ask about with historical accuracy. Is that like something that you learned when you were researching?
Yeah, and this is something I kind of already knew about because I knew that the Klansmen that you think of with the pointy hat and the whole robes and the horses and the sheets and everything is way later on. It's way later on. But what I didn't know until I started researching this is that it became popular based off of a movie that was screened in the White House.
Yeah.
Birth of a Nation is where they had
Birth of a Nation,
burning crosses, the hoods, the sheets, the whole 9 yards. And it became popular because it was screened in the White House.
Wow. Good job.
Before that, they were just like, so this is what I loved about this, because before that, what we're talking about here is we're not talking about the going to people's houses and burning them down and all like the main violence that we know about. We're talking about a bunch of idiots just drinking and shouting slurs. It's all they were doing back then. Like in 65, when they first started, it was a gentleman's club for drinking. And it very quickly devolved into violence.
Huh.
I thought that was fascinating because to have them on here in this book, I have a fantastic scene where they're just hassling this guy for no reason. And he's like, what are you guys doing? You're all a bunch of weirdos. Can you just leave me alone? Like, I'll leave. It's fine. Right. He doesn't know who they are. And I love the historical accuracy I was able to use because I fell backwards onto a little bit of vernacular back then that has wildly changed since then. And it was not uncommon to refer to these crazy men as queers. Because back then it just meant someone who was weird.
Wow.
So I thought that was hilarious.
So they were seen as weird and different when they first started.
Yeah, they were, because this wasn't
normal behavior.
It wasn't normal behavior. It wasn't until a couple presidents after Lincoln that they started being allowed to do this stuff. At this time, you had so right after this book takes place, you have the first all African American former slave police force in Texas, which is why I said it in Texas, because I was fascinated to find out about that.
Wow.
And there's no names on them. They were known as the Governor's Hounds, which was a bit of a derogatory term because they didn't like the idea of, people of color policing white men back then, which is exactly why they got them. They got them because the police weren't going to do anything about crime against former slaves in the South. So they just hired a bunch of former slaves to do the law, which is a brilliant idea in my opinion. But I couldn't get any of their names. That was where I got stuck. I couldn't get a single one of their names. So I called my grandmother. I would say, hey, Grandma, you do our genealogy. I need like 5 names of our ancestors from the 1800s. And she just listed them off. So all of the police officers from that time period that are in the book are named after my ancestors.
I was going to say, you made your family racist?
No, I made them the cops. I made him the
cops. That's right.
He made him
the police officers.
The black cops. Yeah, the peace officers. Yeah.
Okay. That's funny.
And I thought that was fantastic to be able to kind of weave that in there and make be able to put some of my own family history into the story.
Nice. So how long? Okay, so you just developed this book. What is your timeline on it as far as marketing and pushing it out? And then, I mean, you said you've already started working on the other book that's 60% done.
Now I'm gonna go more like 25% because I have 60 pages done. It's gonna be longer than 100, and then I have to go through and edit and change and fix problems. So I have done no editing whatsoever.
Just a side note, when Stephen King was writing the Dark Tower series, his first book was short, but the second book was a lot longer. So the fact that you're doing it a lot longer, I'm okay with it. I know Van. Yeah. I know. Go was like, "Oh, do it, Hunter, do it." No, but you know what? The second book in the Gunslinger installment in Stephen King, and I bring up that just only because it is a sort of a parallel to your world in a bit, being that they're both gunslingers and whatnot. But yeah, the first Gunslinger book was a very short book. I think it might have been. I mean, for Stephen King, it was short. It was like 200 and some odd pages, but then the second and third books were like 300 to 400 pages. So if you do decide to go longer, I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it.
I am trying to keep them relatively short. I'm trying to keep them in that novella format of about 90 to 120 pages. Because that was the problem I had with the last book I was writing that got stonewalled. And it's not put to rest. It's not in the trash. But I was envisioning a 7-book series. I sculpted the entire world. It was a fantasy series. I wrote book 1 and I wrote the ending of book 7 so I could have a connecting place there.
A bookend, basically. No pun intended, like a bookend. Yeah.
And I mean, it had its own calendar, its own languages, its own cultures, its own countries and cities. And it became just entirely too big for me to work on. I needed maybe 3 days in a row to work on it to get one solid day of writing done. And I couldn't do that and go to work every day. So this was my alternative to that, where it's a nice, simple story that I can pick up and start. I was actually writing while I was in the back room here, waiting for the show to start.
Nice. So do you have in your head, do you know where this all ends and it's just a matter of a path to get there? Or are you discovering this character as the character is discovering it?
I'm discovering this character as the character is discovering it because he's supposed to be me. The whole idea of it. So a dime novel is supposed to be this grandiose shark tale about the writer. You know, just I didn't catch the big fish. I caught the biggest fish. It's ridiculous, right? So I made him a vigilante because for years I was armed security. I drove money trucks around the state of Arizona.
Right.
So instead of it being I drove, a few $100,000, which is a lot of money, but not objectively in the grand scheme of the world. Right. I'm driving the largest amount of money through the same area. Right. I'm not, in my years as security, armed security, I maybe got stopped once by a guy who did nothing. He trying to snatch the bag out of my hand. And now I'm getting stopped every couple pages, and I got to fight these guys off left, right, and center. So it's I don't know where it's gonna go. I'm kind of doing them one book at a time, where I write down a vague idea for the next 2 or 3 books if I have an idea. But I finished this book, and I started on the second one. I went, what would be fun to do is a murder mystery. So the second book is a murder mystery.
Nice.
And that's why it's going to be a little bit longer, because I have to actually put the mystery in there and have the story go through. And I even wanted to leave us a blank page at the end of the book so that you could guess who the killer was.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing with the second one. And I don't know what I'm doing with the third one.
Wow. I want to say, if you do like the how you were talking about doing like the bonus one that was just like a multiverse, like all over the place, I think you should do, which would be a super cool call out and homage to the 80s. I would love it if you did a choose your own adventure.
Ooh, I could do a choose your own adventure. I think I could pull that off. That's the fun thing is, every fifth book I do, and see how long I can write these, and if they pick up and if they become popular, the longer I go, the longer I'll do it. But every fifth book I've promised myself will be a non-canonical. And instead of a title page and any information about it, it's just going to say non-canonical number 1, non-canonical number 2. So you don't know what the book's going to be. It's a gamble. It's going to be whatever craziness, and it comes in the mail. And I think I'll release a poster for it of a very like close up, where if you finish it, then you know what the poster is supposed to be.
That's a really cool idea. I'm sure somebody's got to do it, but a subscription package for literature would be dope.
Yeah. In fact,
sure
the website that I sell on has an option for that. I don't have it turned on because
that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. But I have that set up. There's a thing in the back end of the website that allows me to set up so if you want it, every book that drops charges your card and goes straight to your house.
Nice.
Which I might set up when I have more than one book. But right now it's just the first book, the poster, and then these what I'm calling cabinet cards, which is a shout out back to the olden days when these books would come out. They're just little images from the story. That's it. You know, like this is the title page. This one right here is from the end of the book. Yeah, that was one of the show. That one's from the end of the book. And you were supposed to just put them up in a cabinet on a shelf or something like that, and it would just be a nice image. And I thought the artwork looked so fantastic.
Yeah.
And for the time being, I'm actually putting one of these cards in every book before I send it out.
I could see that being in an old timesy lunch pail.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we are getting ready to come near the end here. Is there anything you want to let people know about before we get off? Places that you know you're going to be, things that you know you're going to be working on, or anything you want to let people know?
The first book is out. It's called The California Gold Rush, and it's available on Brown and Red Publishings. Brown and Red Publishings with an S.com. Second book is coming along, so it won't be trying real hard to not do the Game of Thrones thing where the next book takes 5 years and the one after that takes 10. So I'm trying to get it done hopefully before next December. And you can follow me on TikTok. It's just my name. I like to put my name on everything I do so I can stand by my work. And that's where I do most of my updates for the upcoming books and other pieces of art that's on the website or collectibles or anything else. Because I have I get it from you, honestly, this whole line of collectibles. I'm thinking trading cards and coins and I smoke cigars in the book and I can't name the cigar, for legal purposes, because I don't have the rights to it. But I have access to the guy who makes them, and so I'm trying to get an endorsement on it. Because right now I'm known for this one specific cigar.
Dude, you know what? You should. Wow, that would be so cool. It'd be so cool if you could do like a special edition within your cigar club where it comes with like a cigar, but maybe with an extra leather strap where you could put a pen later. But then, like for now, it'd have a cigar in there.
I was thinking about that.
And the cigar would be stamped with the name of your book on it.
Yeah, I went and talked to the owner of the lounge I go to. Actually, I'm friends with the owner, and apparently you can't do that. There was a law passed a number of years ago. You can't give cigars away to anyone.
Oh,
no one's allowed to do it. It's a whole pain. So it used to be these reps would come in from these big companies and they go to the lounge and they pass them out like candy to everyone that was sitting there, because if you're in the lounge, you're over 21. They just pass them out. Now you can't do that anymore.
Oh, wow.
And that's been a problem. Apparently it's been a problem in the military, because there's a number of groups that ship cigars overseas to armed forces, and you can't do that anymore.
Huh.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now I've learned 2 things tonight.
Yeah. But if I could set up at a lounge and then you buy the book, and I might be able to the book is $1 more and you get a cigar. I might be able to pull something off like that. I'm not sure. But
dude, you could do readings at lounges. It'd be like readings for drunk people.
yeah.
It's like circle time for drunk adults.
Yeah. That's sold my first couple of books at that lounge, actually, because I came in there, I was all excited and like, hey, it's out, and there was a handful of people there. I'll buy it right now.
Wow, that's so cool. That's cool that you have support like that, and I feel like, even though it is different and stuff like that, and I know how like your father felt about spoken word poetry and stuff like that, but I still feel like part of this is a direct lineage.
It is. I tell people that all.
Like,
what made you want to be a writer?
Would this book even be available if Lucky Seven wasn't your godmother?
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't, because me wanting to be a writer happened during COVID when we moved out to Arizona, and someone kind of randomly, I don't even know who, asked me, if you had all the money in the world, what would you be doing? And for some reason that got stuck in my head. I was thinking about it for months, and I realized everything I've done, I've turned into writing. We did Kyber Cave. I tried to write the manual, right? Every school project was, we want you to write a speech. I wrote a poem. I wrote way too much. I wrote pages and pages. I turned everything into a story. And that comes. I tell, and everyone asks, I tell them, I get it from you. You really put that love.
I did it because of you, Dad.
I'm having a heartfelt moment right now because, because that takes me back too, man. And it's like, like to hear you say that, Armortentia, like
let me hold on. I can show you this.
It's kind of funny. Do you remember Julie Anderson in Vallejo? Like, I think about her son and like him growing up around the comedians, and him later becoming a spoken word poetry. He got into spoken word too. So it's very interesting how, like, just kind of the writing in general takes its own form,
its own evolution, its own form.
This dude right here is a couple pages. This is page 20 and 21 of the book. And where is it? That is a poem that I wrote in high school.
Oh, wow.
I found a way to fit this poem that I wrote in that I actually got an F on. I got in trouble because I was supposed to write a speech. I was supposed to write a speech as an abolitionist against slavery. And I wrote a poem from the perspective of a slave explaining how awful it is. And the teacher went, well, that wasn't what the criteria was, so you have to do it over again. But I saved that, and I was able to fit it into the book.
That's crazy. That's cool.
This idea that the horses are named Copper and Tops. And I had the idea that one of the horses loves poetry. So an ongoing thing is that I'm reading this horse poetry. I have no one else to talk to.
Well, that's dope, man. That's like I feel very honored to be part of that adventure of yours, or part of your history there. That's very cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I am going to be getting my copy here soon. I'm waiting for next page to roll around. But
I will be grabbing a copy as well.
If anybody needs a holiday gift, we should have the notes, or it will be in the description of where to reach you and how they can get their own book. And Amortentia, I thank you so much for your time tonight. Bunny, thank you for your excellent artwork. It's good to see you guys again. Like, it's been a long time. And of course, we have our history with Kyber Cave, and we built that for like so long together. So it is good to see you thriving and successful in your area of life.
And I'm still with the sabers and everything. In fact, I brought them out the other night to show them off and do a little bit of flow in the courtyard here.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm telling you, we got to talk. I can't wait to tell you about the next evolution, dude. The next evolution is going to be dope.
But yeah, I need my dad to start realizing that Star Wars got a lot of Western themes in it.
Mandalorian is a Western.
Yes, that's what I've been telling him. He's like, I don't know where you get this whole love of the West from.
100%. 100%. I agree totally.
Mandalorian. All he needs is the hat in the cowboy belt. He even wears fur.
Dude,
Cat
Boba
Bane.
Fett is a freaking is like a Western villain, dude. Like I
Yeah.
swear to goodness, dude. Like I mean, come on.
And he tells me every time we talk about it, he goes, I don't know where you get this from. I don't know where you get this whole love of the Old West from. I go, I don't know. Maybe our favorite team is the 49ers. After the Gold Rush. You know, maybe we grew up in San Francisco. You know, the Gold Rush, maybe Star Wars and Django Unchained and everything else we watched growing up.
Right. The entire history of your history.
Bunny says, put the hat on. Bunny says, put the hat on.
Oh, I got my hat on. Got my hat right here.
Put it on.
Oh wow.
Yeah, buddy, that's it. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw a few pics with you in it, and you look awesome in it, bro. I love the whole aesthetic, and it goes well with the book, but it goes well.
She did this outfit I'm wearing in this book. I'm actually wearing the same one right now.
I know.
I'm wearing the same shirt.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's dope. I'm excited. Yeah. You got to when you go out to the convention and stuff, you have to be dressed up like that too.
No, this is my new daily outfit. I have like 10 of these. I got one in purple. I got some other colors. They come off white, and Bunny dyes them for me. So this is a custom color.
Wow.
But, yeah, I just dress like this now.
Like, this is my life. I don't know what you're talking about now. Well, then I hope the book where it pays off then.
Yeah.
And it will. I'm very excited. I can't wait to get my own copy. Amortentia, I love you, little bro. Yeah. And I wish you and Bunny nothing but the best out there, out with the rattlesnakes and the scorpions. I have no desire to go back to Arizona or ever will I ever. But I love you guys, and I'm very proud of what you're doing.
And it was fantastic seeing you.
We'll catch up very soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Most and you too. You too as well, bro. I love you. Love you, man.
Love you too.
You got an outro?
I don't have an outro. I don't have an outro.
All right.
All right.
RoundRedPublishing.com. Come check it out.
All right. Most definitely. Take care, man. Peace.
See you soon.
We got to work on getting those outros.
I know. I fell asleep.
But your intro was fantastic tonight.
Thank you.
And I can see the little touches and the little advances, and little things that are being changed. So don't think that they're not being noticed. They're definitely being noticed, and they're being appreciated.
Thank you.
Appreciate what did you think about that from 7-year-old to that, huh?
Oh my gosh, dude, that's such an evolution that I'm here for. I'm so here for it. Like it definitely wasn't an evolution I would have, tried to map out for Armortentia, but like I'm here for it. I'm totally 120,000% here for it. Like I love the direction he's gone, dude. I love it. Like I would have never, like I said, I would have never thunk it in a million years. I thought he would be, on stage, maybe doing some spoken word or something, but like I'm here for it, dude. I'm so here for it. The fact that he created a whole universe and like a whole like that encapsulates like history, like I'm totally here for it. And like it makes me love this show because like every single freaking week I get something new that smacks me in the face that I was not expecting to have to deal with, especially coming from someone that I've known since they were 7 years old, man. Like that to me is amazing. And like I feel freaking lucky. I feel freaking awesome to have once again with like an amazing show that brought something that I would have never expected to. Now I got to buy a book from him, of course. But yeah, dude, I'm stoked, man. It was that like I said, that's why I don't like to take away from our smaller guests, our quote unquote not famous guests, because
not
right, they still have an amazing like thing to bring to the table, and like and Armortentia, he proved it. Like he totally proved that factor right there. So I'm always here for it, man.
Well, I'm excited about the vision. You can definitely tell. I mean, if he changed the way he lives his life, listen, he is a modern age cowboy now, dude. He even got his wife to like.
I know, dude.
Clothing.
Like I said, I checked out his Facebook page and I was like, dude, check him out, and he looks so awesome. Like I don't even think I can pull off a mustache. Like there's no way I can pull that, but he pulls it off. He definitely pulls it off. So like I'm here for it. I'm here for the whole shebang, man. And he's still into lightsabers too. So that's still like that still makes it amazing. Like so yeah, dude. I'm totally here for it, bro. Totally here for it.
Well, as you can see, once you're KC, it's like being jumped into a gang. You never really get out. You can evolve.
Never get out. Blood in, blood out. Well, so I mean,
we wish him the best. If he is coming to a con, he lives in the Arizona area, so I would imagine that he's going to be out there at cons first, probably next summer. And we're going to teach him the ropes on how to set up his booths and do all that stuff too. Maybe we'll even have him as a guest out here. Yeah. Look out for our boy Armortentia Rojas.
Yes, Armortentia.
All right. Woohoo!
All right. So, I felt like like I said, next week we'll obviously grow, but like I was thinking about some nerdy news. I don't have a graphic for it yet. I will have a graphic next week for some nerdy news, I promise you. But I don't have a graphic for it yet. But I did want to talk about just real quick. I know we're kind of running over on time, but I did want to talk about some up and coming like Marvel engagements, because we've got so first off, I really wanted to talk about first I was going to talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day, but then I thought about, well, shoot, coming up like before that is going to be on Disney Plus is going to be Wonder Man, and we're not getting too much talk on the whole Wonder Man thing. I've seen a few trailers on Disney Plus, but like very sparingly. I think the only time that obviously the trailers come on are when I'm trying to watch like when because I've been watching Fantastic Four for First Steps like religiously
over and over
again. I mean, and I'm still watching Thunderbolts a lot too. So like I still
that's what I had to watch. I knew it. Thank you.
You haven't watched Thunderbolts yet?
I haven't seen Thunderbolts, but I did watch your other movie that you told me to watch. Huh?
Are you freaking kidding me? You have not watched Thunderbolts yet?
I have not seen Thunderbolts, no. But I did. But did you hear me? I did watch that other movie you told me to watch. I need to rewatch it again because I fell asleep right at the end of the movie.
What movie?
The Jamie Foxx movie. They cloned like the Are you talking about Sinning or
Sinners?
Yeah.
Sinners wasn't with Jamie Foxx, bro.
Wait, no. Wait, which one is that one? Which one was the one with the old? Oh my god, I'm losing my brain. What is that movie called? Barbara, what is that movie called?
What were you saying? I missed what you said.
The one we're talking about on TV right now.
Sinners.
Is that the movie?
Is that the one, Sinners?
Jamie Foxx is not in that, so I'm kind of
he's not in that, bro. That's what I thought he was saying.
Okay, sorry. I'm getting two different things crosswired.
Michael B. Jordan. Sinners was amazing. So you did watch Sinners.
We own that.
Okay, yes, I did watch Sinners. Yes.
Sinners is great. So you know what? We're gonna do is we're gonna come back next week. You're gonna watch the end of that because you gotta watch it. You're gonna watch the rest of that. We're gonna come back. That's gonna be our next topic for next week. Is we're gonna talk about Sinners. We're gonna really get into. We're gonna dive into. We'll do a cool little shallow dive. We're not gonna do a deep dive. We'll do a shallow dive. But
we can do movie reviews too. We can do all kinds of stuff. So, I want to keep people in mind too. I mean, you can tell that Saber Rattle has changed with our format. But as we come into 2026, there are going to be several changes on this channel. Hopefully some new shows, and we are going to be evolving things. So I've been wanting to do a review channel for a while, dude.
I know we talked about that. We talked about that. And that's still something that I feel like should be in the works. That we do a review. We, like I said, we talked about that extensively even before, like long before I even joined Saber Rattle,
Right.
or was even considered for Saber Rattle. So but I would like to say, like I said, I feel like we should dive back into Sinners, because Sinners, it works on a lot of levels, dude. Like there's a lot of things going on in Sinners that I feel like Ryan Coogler still hasn't necessarily gotten the full gambit of like really of like what that movie deserves. Like I feel like that movie deserves a lot of credit on so many different levels. But to recircle back around to Wonder Man, Wonder Man, I feel like is not getting the attention that it necessarily deserves. Now, a lot of people don't know much about Wonder Man, the character. And Wonder Man, as a Marvel character, is honestly, dude, he's amazing. Like Wonder Man is seriously one of kind of, I mean, I would definitely put him in my top 20. I have a lot of characters. Like the Marvel universe is a big universe. I have a lot of characters that it's really hard for me to like pinpoint who's my favorite. I can't really even have favorites, but Wonder Man is one of the, in my opinion, one of the craziest characters in Marvel. I feel like the fact that he's being portrayed by an African American kind of is turning people, a lot of people don't like those kind of character changes, and we won't get into the kind of racial implications of that whole thing, but it was still a very, 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 very cool character. One of the best characters I feel like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby ever decided to create. Just to give you a quick synopsis on Wonder Man, Wonder Man being Simon Williams, is, I guess he first appeared in Avengers #9 back in 1964, and then 4 years later in November 1968, and Avengers #58. Yeah, like I said, he's a very, very integral part. I don't know exactly how this Disney reincarnation of this is going to play out. Like it's totally different. They got him playing like a out of work actor that is supposed to be playing a character as Wonder Man, but then somehow develops or has latent superpowers. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. But that is the next installment slated for Marvel.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's going to be that's arriving ahead of Spider-Man Brand New Day, which we'll see July 31st, 2026.
Hey, is Brand New Day going to be animated?
No, Brand New Day is going to be Tom Holland, bro.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, Brand New Day is going to be Tom Holland. They weren't going to do it at first, but now it's going to be Tom Holland, and that's going to, like I said, that's actually going to appear. That's going to it's going to freaking premiere the day after my birthday in 2026. So let's hope I'm still around in 2026 so that I can like,
wow.
I know, right? Yeah, it's going to have Tom Holland swings into Brand New Day. We've got a totally new director, Destin Daniel Cretton. I don't know, never heard of that director. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then, of course, in December, the long awaited Avengers Doomsday will be heading out December 18th, 2026. Now, wow. we are supposed to get, and I don't know, there's no date for it just yet, as far as I know, but there is going to be supposedly a new Vision Quest.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the date is on that. I don't think there's an actual date on that. But Vision Quest is supposed to be coming out as well on Disney Plus. That's supposed to be kind of the next. In fact, let me see if I can pull up.
That's gonna be with the White Vision. WandaVision.
Yeah. Now again, I thought freaking WandaVision was a great, a wonderful, wonderful show. Like I thought it was really great. So yeah, I know that's slated to be released in 2026 as well. Yeah, dude, Wonder Man's the next one. So I'm very interested to see how that pans out. So
I would be interested to see as well.
Yeah, you know me, I'll be on top of it. I'll watch it the day it comes out, and I'll probably binge it. Like we
need to figure out how to do like a watching party thing together. Well,
yeah,
we have a lot to figure out this year. A lot of things I want to.
And honestly, 2026 is going to be a year for us figuring out things like that as well. Like I said, that's going to be a big year. I think I've got some tech here that I can finagle with my PS5 and all kind of stuff. We might be able to actually do that via YouTube and be able to like stream and actually watch and review and kind of do that thing. So we'll get that figured out. We'll definitely get that figured out. Yeah. So
all right, my man.
All right, my guy. It was good being back.
Wonderful show.
Great show, and thank you to everybody that tuned in. And thank you to our guest, Armortentia. Like, dude, you're on point, bro. You're on point.
Of course, James Kaiser, we love you always, and thank you for all the fantastic artists you bring, Mr. Dabble.
Yeah. Like seriously, James, you never cease to amaze me, James, and we appreciate your contribution to the show as well. Thank you very much, man. So,
and on
that note, let's say peace.
Adios, y'all. Till next week.